Humph! So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defence? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. I have an objection to that. Hold it! She wasn't in the room, was she? No, Salmonella was in the room. And Old Mag was in the room. And Hammer and Powers were in the room, that was it. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Ah, fair enough. Sal, the director. You have to fancy to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will be wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Right. Okay, well, it's got to be something. It has got to be something to do with this. It has got to be something to do with this statement right here. Because that will always... If you could unlock a new part of the thing, a new part of the testimony, it is always something to do with that. So let's have a see. The murder weapon, breaking the shaft, is made with duct tape. Blocks the path to the scene of the crime between 2:15 PM thingy PM. Oh dear lord, okay. See, this is a possibility. But I'm not entirely sure, because that does kind of... Wait a minute, Hammer was injured. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes. Hammer was not the one that was injured. She knows that... She thinks that Hammer was the one that was injured because she saw Hammer limping. It's time, guys. Objection! You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? Boom! I mean, it was Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Boom! Got it. That's the one. That's what we're doing. Mr. Wright, explain yourself! Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Ellipses. I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Boom! Miss Vasquez. You saw Hammer limping. And that's what it was all about. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. Because he was pretending to be he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Oh! And when was he doing this? Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. And went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly! Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who'd been injured that morning. Hooray! I think she slipped up. She's been trying to say as little as possible, but in the end, she slipped up. Order, order! I will have order! Witness. Can you refute this claim? That's a no. That's a no. That's an ellipses of no. Let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Oh, she's going to find a way. Oh, she's going to find a way. I have a question for you. Ugh. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen in hard times, and he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Okay. Yes, you need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? Can you prove she had a motive?
Kinda. See, my take on the thing is that it's Hammer that actually had the motive to try and kill Vasquez, but Vasquez just kind of I don't know, overpowered him or whatever. Go on, let's. I'm gonna say I can prove it. I'm gonna present the 5-year-old photo if that is brought up. I have proven. I'll show it to you. I presented the court evidence to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. I believe that it was to do with the 5-year-old photo. Take that! This is my proof.
This is the photo from before.
Boom! This photo reveals the motive in this murder. Ellipses. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? She seems happy again. She always seems very happy. Everyone in this game seems so very happy. It's a game all about happy smiles. 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ellipses. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Humph. Bring us the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if
it was Mr. Hammer who had killed... Sorry. I got confused there.
As if it was Mr. Hammer who killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Mr. Vasquez have?
According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Mr. Hammer. He was a good source of income for me.
And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, can you explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder?
See, yeah, my take on it was always that Hammer went there to kill Vasquez. Not. And that would be why Hammer was wearing the Steel Samurai outfit, actually. Because he wants to pin it on Powers? Makes sense? Kinda. I don't believe that she was the one with the motive. She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs. In self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. Da, 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 da. Steel Samurai theme! What? What? Again, happiness and smiles everywhere. Your Honor! Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Happiness! Well, she snapped her thingy, so I guess that's the end. Oh, that is it. Yes, I'm guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Flashback. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene, and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez! No! Okay, I have no idea who's talking at any one point here. Please don't die, please! Awesome. Again, everyone's happy. Everyone's super happy. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Would you want me to beat you again in a battle of wits? I gladly will.
Mr. Edgeworth! Where's Dee Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
It appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
It was dicey at a few points during this trial. Well, not during this trial, but during the whole overall case. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers is innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds defendant Mr. Will Powers not guilty!
Woo! Third case complete. That is all we needed to hear.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
And now back to the lobby. And we'll have a nice happy scene in the lobby, and then everyone gets some cake, and then we all go home, and then end the episode, or something like that. October 20th at 1:12 PM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
I think I have an idea. I reckon it was jealousy. This is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because I reckon it was the path to glory. Every victory scene in which the Steel Samurai has won, that means every victory scene that Mr. Hammer has lost. Take that! It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids' show, and as a villain to boot. The kids love the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I.
Congratulations, WP! Oh, thanks to you I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume.
Oh wait, no, Steel Samurai's been cancelled, hasn't it?
Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Ah! Nick! Edgeworth! Hey, Edgeworth is here. Ellipses? Ellipses! Ellipses! He's just come in to stare at me. I could beat you in a staring contest, Edgeworth. Oh, there we go. See, he blinked. You all saw it. He blinked. Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Sniff. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect it would have been better if had we not met. Thanks to you I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. I'm feeling emotions. I think I'm becoming human. Ugh. Unnecessary feelings. Yes, unease and uncertainty. Are those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Okay. I'm sure that will never happen again throughout the entire courses of the game that Phoenix Wright is going to go off against Miles Edgeworth. I'm sure it's never, ever going to happen. Right? Maybe once or twice.
Mr. Wright, is this guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why'd I get the thing? I'm missing something. Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? There is history. And so the curtains close on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. The Pink Princess! Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? Wait, is WP the Pink Princess? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Especially if he is the Pink Princess. The end. And that concludes the third case of the game. We're about at the halfway point, as I say. There are 5 cases in total in the game. But the next case is the most story-heavy, and was, in fact, the original final case in the original version of the game. With the DS remake, they added the 5th case, so the next case is kind of the most important story-wise. And there we go. I've been Mendez, this has been Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Next time, Turnabout Goodbyes. And we shall find out a lot more about a lot of the main characters. It's going to be a long one. I shall see you next time. I was just clearing my throat! I was just getting ready to clear the objection! No! The game's not going to let me say objection!